Okay. That's fine.
Okay, we're back.
So
Okay,
yeah,
so what you were saying something about creating your own thing.
yeah, I was just saying that I feel like part of the reason that I haven't been as drawn to my creative practices is because I've been feeling like I'm not creating what I want to be creating. I've been wanting to connect with this energy of allowing, I've been noticing in those around me, it's been mirrored for me, the beauty of when creativity is flowing, and that's just literally just flowing through your hands, and it's coming just from inside of you as an expression. And the work that I was doing wasn't that at all. I didn't have that feeling from it at all. It was still something that was relaxing, and it still was something that was sort of creative, but it wasn't my expression of it. It was literally like trying to do it detail for detail, exactly what was in front of me. And that's not what I wanted to be doing. And every time that I try to get away from that, to allow that to, it doesn't, there was a block to it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's why I haven't really been feeling drawn to it, because I haven't been creating what I want to create.
Okay. All right. So let's figure out which chakra we're going to work with next.
Okay.
I muscle tested that we have one more to do today before we take a break and let whatever we've just done integrate and continue to release, because this is dense work that we're doing. It is, man, there aren't words for it. I can feel it. I can feel the density, and there's like so many ways I could describe it, and we're just gonna keep working on it. All right, so just touch your root chakra real quick, and eyes are open and looking down low. And this is the one we need to work with. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, there we go. All right. So now fingers up to the second chakra, womb space. Okay. And then up to the solar plexus. Okay. So the solar plexus is the next one. Okay. We're just going in order. All right. So now both hands need to be pointed at the solar plexus. And just go inward again. Allowing that healing energy of unconditional love to flow in through your crown chakra, flow in through your root chakra, meet at the heart space, go in through your arms and into your solar plexus. And just noticing what you notice about this process. Dang, it burns.
I was going to say, it's interesting to me that usually when I feel energy, it's a tingly feeling, and these have been heat.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Yeah, I can feel it.
Okay. All right, so just open to receive whatever information you need to receive about the blocks that need to be cleared in this, using this chakra and in this space in your being. Dang.
I was going to say, this one, I'm not really getting any other hits. There's just a lot of heat.
Okay, so what I am feeling is, it's the way I describe it is like this dinner plate of a blockage that is, it's really common between the solar plexus chakra and the heart chakra.
Oh, you know what? I do feel there is like kind of this, yeah.
It's like a wall.
Yeah.
That exists, and it's kind of, at the bottom of your rib cage for anybody listening along that is wondering.
Yeah, I can literally feel it.
Yeah,
like right here.
Like a plane.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
All right, so this is the density that we need to work with at this time, and that's a yes. Okay, so just breathe So what we want to do is send the energy. So it's coming out the arms and it's going into your solar plexus. And then we want to just allow it to continue to move up through that tube torus and then out through the donut and then back up through your sacrum. And so see if you can intend and just use your third eye to visualize that energy moving up from the solar plexus into the heart space, up through the crown chakra, out the body, like this never-ending waterfall fountain that just keeps moving. I feel it dissipating a little bit. How does it feel to you?
Yeah.
It's not totally gone though. So what are you noticing?
No, it's still there a little bit.
Okay, so keep sending the energy from the hands into the solar plexus. Notice what you notice. We're going to ask your higher self to give you whatever information you need to work with as we release this block. All four directions. Allow that fountain to flow. So unconditional love, show us what needs to be released. Let me know if you get anything besides that dinner plate blockage.
The heat has dissipated a little. The blockage has dissipated quite a bit, maybe like 75%.
Okay, Heather needs to do the spirals. Okay, so open your eyes and look. I'm sitting with my soles of my feet together, and then if you just make circles, kind of like you're really flexing the spine this way, and then concave spine when you're coming back. So you're doing.
Am I keeping my hands on my solar plexus, or
you want to go ahead? Well, let's see.
Maybe keep one on my solar plexus.
Hold on, let me ask. Hands need to go on the ankles. Hands need to stay on the solar plexus. Okay, so hands go on the ankles so you can really get into this movement, because you're going to go forward, and then when you come back, I just had a good pop and release in my spine. So you're making a circle with your rib cage. So imagine your rib cage is like doing this thing, so just keep letting the energy move. It's going into the solar plexus, and then it's moving up through the heart space. And then when you feel just that, like you're ready to switch directions, we want to do both directions. And it might not be equal on the amount of time that you do on each clockwise and counterclockwise. It's okay if you are inspired to change direction, just do that. But you just really want to get into this. It's like spinal flexes, but in a circular. So yeah, close your eyes and feel into that space now. Let's just feel that dinner plate as we breathe and release, working out that block. Man, I'm having all kinds of pops and releases, and whew. Oh man.
Yeah, I'm not feeling the block anymore.
All right, This process is complete. All right, that's weak. So keep going. Let's do hands back
I
on to
can,
the womb space.
yeah,
So just let the spine be long and just feel it move up through that tube torus. Feel it move from the hands into the womb space. Just letting whatever little last bit of energy that needs to go in there is going in, doing its work.
yeah, I was going to say, I felt the heat more again though. So.
Okay, so now say, divine love, I accept your healing energy, or whatever you want to say, into this space.
Divine love or unconditional love, I accept the divine healing in this space.
Yes. Open to receive it.
I open to receive.
Yeah. And then now, physically in your body, open to receive in your womb space. I mean, sorry, in your solar plexus. What are we on?
Solar plexus.
Maybe both. I don't know. Yeah, I'm feeling the heat, but I'm still feeling
There's still heat
back. There's like I'm just feeling it a little bit back here. So just keep breathing. Keep allowing the energy to move. So it's that feminine. So we have to use words to describe it. Words are that kind of masculine labeling. Even that, well, I'm not going to get into that. But I'm using the words to point to the experience. So just feel into the opening, feel into the accepting. Let your body open and accept. Notice how that feels. So it's a feeling, opening to accept and receive. In this situation of receiving energy is a similar feeling that when you finally, like, somebody's trying to give you some money and you're like, no, it's okay. And then finally you're like, okay, yeah, I can use that $20.
Yeah.
Or any moment of surrender where we're like, okay, yeah, we'll accept this help. That's one analogy that I'm getting right now about like that feeling of just surrender, opening to receive this energy that is always pouring into our bodies and into our beings, from beyond, from, other dimensions that we can't even really comprehend. This life force energy is moving.
I mean, because it came to me during this, I'm going to go ahead and share.
Yeah, go.
When you were talking about opening and surrendering and opening to receive, my mind went to the intimate realm of, being in that state of openness to receive and letting down those walls and letting that energy flow. And it actually made me like, oh, maybe we need to do part of that for this healing. That's always fun.
Absolutely. And I'm assuming you mean sexual healing?
Yeah, yes. God, that's so powerful when that energy gets moving.
Yes. And that is definitely another analogy of, surrendering to the moment, surrendering to your partner, surrendering, to your own vulnerability. There's so many analogies with SEX that we can use in this work, just like there's so many poop analogies that we can use in this work sometimes, like the bodily function analogies are useful for a reason.
Well, and I feel like there's a lot of healing that's done through sexual healing just because there's so many wounds surrounding it.
When it's a conscious relationship and a conscious sexual experience, for sure. It can be used for healing and it can be used for creating trauma. So it's a
Yes.
Just like everything in this physical realm, right?
Right. Yeah, I had felt a little bit of tightness in my back, sort of below my shoulder blades. I guess in the same area, but in my
Mm-hmm.
back.
Mm-hmm.
And that's dissipated as well.
Yeah, that was the last bit that I was feeling. Okay, so this process is complete. Yeah, we're done.
Yay.
All right,
Yay.
so it's safe to bookmark this session, so that's strong. Let's see, Heather needs to do additional chakras with this process, and that's strong, but 3 is enough for today. Is what I'm getting. So yeah, there are many ways that we can keep this energy moving, keep the healing happening, keep the assist in the clearing process, assist, and if anyone, I'm just talking to everyone out there, that if you're in or you have a access to conscious sex, in the sense that it's respectful and, mutually honors both partners and all that. That is one way that after doing, sessions like this, you can, whether it's energy psychology or like some, spiritual healing work that we do, that is one way to keep that energy moving and help continue to heal the wounds. Because, one of the analogies I use is that, when we do this work, we're like pulling out these thorns that have been inside us, allowed to fester, and so we pulled out the offending, issue or inner density, we'll just call it that. But there's still a wound that needs to be healed and is going to continue to kind of heal as we do this work. And so the integration process is sometimes the word we use for that process. And, taking a good brisk walk, dancing around the living room with your favorite song on. Those are 2 other ways to move the energy and allow that healing energy to move.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'll just mention those 3 for now because there's a whole long list. But Epsom salt bath, that's a good feminine one that that I mentioned some active ones, so I'm going to mention a feminine, more feminine energy of that release. So how are you feeling?
Good. Yeah, I definitely feel like I definitely can feel that there's some more integration and processing that needs to happen with these.
Oh yeah.
And I'm really looking forward to seeing kind of what comes over the coming days and, weeks with this. I feel like I'm getting like around a week or so, like several days of just kind of integration and processing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And yeah, 3 to 7 days is kind of a common, if you do feel after effects, sometimes it can be that long, up to a week, depending. And sometimes it can be longer. Although that's hard to pinpoint when it's from, the further out you get, because it's cumulative, right? This work is cumulative, all the work we do. And like I said, whether we're washing dishes or making a peanut butter sandwich for our kid or doing our meditation practice or taking a bath or, whatever we're doing, it is an opportunity it's a practice, right? All these rituals are opportunities for, discovering something.
Right.
Allowing more love in or discovering a block that we have to the awareness of love's presence, right? Which is all that is, right? That divine spirit, that love is always in us, always moving through us. And it's just our awareness of it that changes.
Right. It's so funny. There was so much energy moving through my hands. My hands are fatigued.
Yeah. Yeah. So sometimes just rest is really important. There's another feminine.
I do feel energized. Sometimes I get, although sometimes I hit a wall after, but I do feel energized, but definitely my hands are like, I just noticed I was grabbing a pen and I was like, oh, I kind of feel like I've been boxing or something. Like,
so interesting. All the different experiences that we have when we do this work and how it changes for, next time we do it, we'll
like this time that's the first time that I've heard people describe feeling that energy as heat, but I've never experienced that part of it. It's always, well, I guess I have once or twice, but it's almost always just tingling, and it'll get sometimes super intense tingling, but it's not usually like, feels like my whole body. And I mean, I've had it pretty intense, like tingling and stuff, but never like that was heat moving, which was interesting.
Yeah. And just for everybody watching along, it's everybody's different how they feel this energy move, you know, and so that's why I'm like muscle testing it. Is that her Kundalini moving? You know, like, because you never know. It could be something else, or it could be, you know, it could be the friction from like, and I think at one point that's what it was. It was sometimes it's just the friction of, you know, that energy moving, because we do need to just and open and receive.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really interesting too. It was really interesting to me that block, I felt so clearly once you mentioned it, but I didn't realize that it was there until you mentioned it, which is another really good reason why we need somebody to help us do this, because you'll be aware of things that, you know, having not experienced it before, you don't know to even look for.
Right. Yep. We need each other. We gotta do this together, totes.
Yeah.
Yay.
Good session.
Yes. I'm feeling the energized, but you know, that kind of tired from a lot of good work. So hooray for this work. And thank you for letting everybody watch so that they can kind of see what's all the fuss about.
How this works.
And demystify, you know, some of this stuff. Because it's, I know when I first started doing this stuff, it was definitely, I had a lot of questions. And, you know, not a lot of, well, I had some opportunities to ask questions, but then even when I would go to these like spiritual things, there'd be all these things that I would experience that I didn't have time to, you know, I have an opportunity to ask, you know, until I did some one-on-one stuff. So good to do the group stuff. It's good to do the one-on-one stuff. It's got to do our solo work always too, but
yay.
So not everybody has access to group work too. So thank goodness for YouTube. Digitally being able to connect and share and, you know, describe these experiences that, you know, if I hadn't sat in a group too and heard other people describe their experiences with energy, I might not have realized, you know, some of the things that eventually I realized, like, okay, I'm not dying. It's just something that needs to, you know, let go, Christina. Just let go a little bit more. Oh, there's the relief. Okay.
Hey, quick question. I don't know if we don't want this on the recording, I can cut it off, but
so we'll just say goodbye to everybody. Mwah, and then we'll finish what we need to talk about. So thanks for watching. Thanks for the healing energy of unconditional love. For always being there when we're ready. All right.
We've been using the unconditional love healing a lot.
It's a powerful
well, and it's for a lot of us, unfortunately, it's something that we have wounds from because we just didn't get it.
Right.
So
all right, so high fives for all the awesome work. See y'all next time.